Welcome to Joseph and Elene. However you found us, we thank you for tuning in.
Throughout the years, my wife and I have read books together and we've listened to audiobooks. So this week's exercise is either reading a book or listening to an audiobook with your partner.
One of the books that we found to be most impactful for our marriage was Can't Hurt Me, Master Your Mind and Defy the Odds by David Goggins.
It was a great book. How do you feel reading that book impacted our relationship?
One of the things that it did was that it helped us to master our minds so that we weren't giving in to laziness and procrastination. It united us on the journey for our minds to tell our bodies what it was and was not going to do.
Yeah, it was a great book. Also, it had enthusiastic and inspirational content. It was something fresh for us to begin to talk about when we got together.
So I'm a reader. I have a lot of fond memories as a little girl going to the library and discussing books with my mom. That's actually something I did with the kids growing up. I've been a part of several book clubs throughout the years. So doing this with you was almost like speaking a love language for me. I just enjoy it tremendously.
Okay, so David Goggins' book might not be the book for you only because he cusses.
A lot.
Yeah, he cusses a lot. Now, we heard that there is a PG version out there, so if you're interested.
It is a good book, though.
Yeah. So let's talk about choosing a book.
We have to choose a book that you're both going to enjoy.
It's helpful if you're looking forward to the content together.
We chose this book because we were both interested in achieving our goals. So that's why for us that book was very successful.
Yeah. When we looked at this book, we were thinking about what could benefit both of us. Because actually, my reading tastes and my wife's reading tastes are almost
polar opposites.
Yeah. I low-key enjoy reading to learn. So I can read academic material. My wife, on the other hand,
I like to read books so that I can be entertained.
So I'll read stuff like Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. I have biblical counseling guides that help me when I'm doing therapy, and I just like to read them so that I'm already prepared. Entrepreneurial Strength Finders. Kings, Where Do We Go From Here? That's our dog. Strength-based leadership. And leadership. These are the kind by John Maxwell. These are the kind of books that I enjoy reading.
I, on the other hand, I enjoy biographies, romance, mysteries. I want to be entertained.
Yeah, and low key, my wife, she snatched my book Endurance by Ernest Shackleton. She brought it home for me. So she took my book so she could boost up her little pile over there.
No, do not make me open up this Kindle. I read over 100 books last year.
Let's talk about process. So, are you going to read together? Are you going to read separately? Or are you going to do a combination of both?
The whole thing is that you want to be flexible. The purpose is to get the content, not to be stuck on the process.
Right. So, while we're quarantined together, most likely you have the time to read it together. But after the quarantine is lifted, you may have to set some time because your schedules are different. Somebody may work a 12-hour shift. Somebody may have an 8-hour shift. Somebody may work in the day and somebody in the night. So if you do have to set some time, then do it. The real key is just being flexible so that you guys have the opportunity to discuss the content of the books.
The whole purpose is to create a free-flowing, natural dialogue.
Yeah, you want to be excited about, talking about the content, and that happens a lot with my wife and I.
So what if you don't like the book?
That is most definitely a reality. Sometimes you buy books that you think are going to be good. You read the covers, you see the title, it seems like it's something that is going to, you're going to be excited about the content, and then you read it and it's slow or it's talking about something completely different than you actually thought that it was going to talk about. So not liking the book is a reality. That's most definitely a reality. But if that's the case, you want to first try and continue reading that book before you throw it away or get rid of it. The second thing is that you want to agree, if you have to change the book, you want to agree on another title before you stop reading that book.
Yeah, because even if you don't like the book, that doesn't mean that you're not going to get anything from it. If you're open, you may actually find that there's something in the book that you find helpful or that you find useful. There was an audiobook that we were reading. I don't remember the name of it, but the guy's voice was very monotone, and I thought I was going to kill myself listening to that book. But at the end, the book was really informative, and the conversations that resulted from it were really good as well.
As a matter of fact, we read that book years ago, and we were writing some new affirmations together, and she pulled out this dissertation that she got from the book that she didn't like the way his voice was sounding. So you can't get something out of a book that you might not, be enjoying. As a matter of fact, her mother gave me a book. We would read books together, and one of the books that she wanted us to read, we were talking about it, and I disagreed with about 90% of what the author was talking about. And so at the end, we were having this conversation, and she says to me, "So, did you like anything in the book?" And I wasn't saying that I didn't appreciate some of the content, I just disagreed with a lot of it, but I understood why the author was saying that. But I still learned a lot by reading the book, so it was still an enjoyable book for me to read, even though I didn't particularly care for what he was talking about.
Yeah. So just remember to be open. And once you find your book, please tag us on Facebook or on Instagram. We want to see what you guys are reading.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. If you have any questions or you want more information, feel free to reach out and contact us. We are looking forward to hearing from you.
Remember to subscribe, and by all means, please feel free to share with other couples that may find this information helpful. Take care. Bye, guys.
Alrighty. Have a good one. Bye-bye.